Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tammy and this is Happiness Created. Today's video is a compilation of some of my favorite spring DIYs from 2021. I truly hope that you will enjoy this video and maybe find a little inspiration. So these first two are from my third video on YouTube. So I have these words that I got at Hobby Lobby, and the basket was from Dollar Tree and the floral from Walmart. So with these words, I did, as you can see, painted some very bright colors. That will change in the end. So I took this winter sign and I am just painting it with the Waverly white chalk paint. And if I'm not mistaken, it took 2 coats. So now I am just taking some floral wire and wiring that little sign to the bottom of this basket. Now I'm just trying to line everything up. These peonies from Walmart are stunning. If you haven't seen them yet, I hope that you'll be able to at some point because they're gorgeous. So now I have everything kind of glued down, and I added some ribbon to use as a hanger, and then I changed the color of the words to just white, and I used some antique wax. Let me know what you guys think. The second one is going to be a nautical basket. So I'm using the same basket and that sign I got from Hobby Lobby. And then I have some driftwood that I got at one of our beaches, and the sand from one of our local beaches as well. So I took the twine off of just one side so that I could kind of weave the twine through the basket and attach the sign that way. Now I have this fish net that I got from AC Moore. They're no longer around here. I don't know if any of you have any. So I'm just gluing that to the basket, and then I'm going to hot glue a couple different pieces of driftwood. This is the one that I covered with that spray adhesive and the sand, and the other one is not going to be covered with sand. And then I took some of these sand dollars and starfish from, I believe it was AC Moore as well, and I'm just kind of tacking them into the basket as well. And then I also have some sea glass that I got from Walmart, and I'm using that as well. And that is pretty much it for this one. These two were some of my favorite DIYs that I've done. So let me know what you think of this one. So for this next one, I'm taking 6 of the 4x6 frames from Dollar Tree. I'm taking all of the glass out and those clips in the back. And then I'm gluing the glass back into the frames. And then I do start to glue the frames together and then decide that I need to do these skewers first. So I'm taking some of the skewers from Dollar Tree and making X's, and then I glue all of the frames together. I did paint the skewers white as well. Now I'm taking this foam board from Dollar Tree and I am just tracing the bottom of this lantern. And then I'm going to take some boxwood and I'm going to make a circle on the foam board, just big enough to go around the candle that's there. And then I take some of those beaded garland from Dollar Tree and just kind of wrap that around as well. And then these little roses came from the Dollar Tree too. They're so pretty. They look really, really good for what they are, which is just some plastic. So anyway, this is my lantern that I made. I absolutely love it. I did take some of the antique wax and just kind of brushed it along the edges. And this is how it turned out. Let me know what you guys think of this one. So for this next one, I'm taking one of these flowers from the Dollar Tree and I am taking some of the Waverly White chalk paint and I give it a couple coats of that and then use mineral to do a little dry brushing. Then I take one of those little signs and I paint it white and take one of the little cubes that they sell in a pack at in the Crafter Square section. And I am taking one of the Jenga blocks and I just need a little piece off of that, just big enough to lift the flower up some more. And then I just hot glue the flower right onto those little pieces of wood. And then I take one of these, what are they? They're burlap bows with like a little rose in the center. I got them at Hobby Lobby. I love these things. I buy them as often as I can find them. I use them a lot. So, and then here I'm just kind of making the center a brighter white. But that's it for this one. I think it's so stinking cute. I love it so much. Let me know what you guys think of this one. So for this next one, I have these 2 door tags that I got at the Goodwill. And then I got this fencing at Hobby Lobby. I used the white Waverly chalk paint for the door tags and these little boxes that I also got from the Dollar Tree. And then I dry brushed them with some purple. And now I'm just marking up the fences so that I can trim them down to the size that I need. And I'm going to hot glue them onto 3 sides of these boxes. Then I'm going to take the boxes. Oh, sorry. I did use my Cricut to cut out these images and applied them to the door tags, and now I am going to glue these boxes onto the tags. I put 2 on each, and then I have some floral foam and I just cut that up and filled those boxes, and then took that beautiful floral from the Dollar Tree and filled that in. Now I'm taking the craft paper and I'm just cutting that out and covering the back so that it looks more finished and completed. And these are my 2 tags. What do you guys think of these? And then this next project, I have this mason jar that I also got at the Goodwill, and some of these little circles, I believe I got them at Hobby Lobby, I'm not positive. So I used the white Waverly chalk paint on the mason jar. Then I took that little purse for a little girl from the Dollar Tree and cut that up and made myself a little pocket at the bottom of the mason jar. Then I took some vinyl, that's the word, and I did use my Cricut to cut this out, and I'm just going to add it to the mason jar. I started out writing the word on those circles and changed it, put stickers on, but it says April showers bring May flowers. I think this is so darling. Let me know what you guys think. For this next one, I have one of those bamboo cutting boards. I love this one. This one is so easy, but so beautiful. So I'm taking some of this ribbon from the Dollar Tree and I'm going to wrap it around the long way. And then I am going to do the same thing across the top. Then I'm going to take some of this jute twine and I'm going to kind of weave it through. And I just want to tighten the two ribbons so that it looks like a cross. And then I found these paper flowers at Hobby Lobby. And I'm just going to take one of those and I'm just going to glue it right in the center of that cross. And then I do take some of the Waverly white chalk paint, and I'm going to do a dry brushing on the cutting board. And then I'm just going to take a small piece of jute and I'm just going to glue it to the back of the cutting board to use as a hanger. How beautiful is this, guys? I love this. This is absolutely gorgeous. So now I'm taking two of these crates and I give them 2 coats of the Waverly white chalk paint. And then I have these beads that I got off of Amazon. I painted those white as well. And then I'm taking some of the Waverly chalk paint in ink to highlight where the little divots are and the edges of these crates. And then I'm taking some of the super glue and hot glue and I'm going to glue them together. Then I'm taking the 6 beads and put them on the bottom 4 feet. And then I found these words at Hobby Lobby. These letters at Hobby Lobby, and they were on clearance. And so I'm just hot gluing them on. They did have an adhesive on the back, but they weren't very strong. Then I took some boxwood and these little, I believe they're daisies, but I'm not positive. But how pretty is this? I love it. Let me know what you guys think. Now I'm taking these 4x6 frames, just 4 of them. I took all of the glass and all of the backings off and I'm just going to glue all 4 of them together to make like a window. And then I took some of the Waverly chalk paint and I'm just doing a very heavy brushing on it. Then I have this wreath. I don't remember where I got it, to be honest with you, and some boxwood, and I just hot glued the boxwood onto the wreath. Then I took that ribbon from the Dollar Tree and used that to hang it. How stinking cute is this? I did add some little purple flowers. Let me know what you guys think of this one. Now I have 2 of the canvases that I got from the Dollar Tree, and I just took the canvases off and all of these staples, and there were a million. Anyway, now I have these half beads, and I am just taking out the size that I need. There were a bunch of different sizes. It's kind of an assorted pack. I think they're from Amazon. They'll be linked down below if they are. And I just put 2 on each corner, well, 4 on each corner. And then I'm taking these little dowels. I believe I got them at Walmart, and I'm just cutting them. I believe they were 4 inches, but I'm not positive. It's been a while since I made this, but so I'm just hot gluing them to each of the corner, and then I'm going to attach the 2 frames here. There you go. Now you can see what I'm talking about. I wanted to hide these staples in the corners, so I found some bigger beads to put in those areas. And then I took some of the foam board from Dollar Tree and cut that out to size and glued it to the bottom. Now I'm taking some elephant chalk paint, if I don't throw it at you. Just kidding. And I'm just going to give it 1 coat, and then I do take some Waverly white chalk paint and do a dry brush on it. And then I'm taking more of that fencing from Hobby Lobby. That stuff is so cool to work with. I love it. And I'm going to hot glue it to the inside of this. I'm making like a basket thing. It holds my salt and pepper shaker and my butter dish. And that's it for this one. I absolutely love this. I did add some Totally Dazzle bling to it, if you will. And anyway, let me know what you think of that one. Now I have these 2 lights from the Dollar Tree, and I am using some Waverly chalk paint in celery, and I'm just painting the top. I do 2 coats, and then I take some of the Waverly white chalk paint and do a dry brush on these lights. So I put those aside to let them dry, and I have these 2 cylinder vases from Dollar Tree. I took some of the white rocks and some of those little like glass bead things, and I mixed those together, and then took some of my favorite florals from the Dollar Tree and put those in there and hot glued the lights on top. These are so beautiful, everyone. I can't even explain. They're gorgeous. So here they are, and then I'm going to show you them lit, and they're so beautiful. I love these so much. Let me know what you guys think of this one. And now I have 5 of these 8x10 frames from the Dollar Tree. I'm giving them all 2 coats of the Waverly white chalk paint, and then I have this gray scrapbooking paper, and I just put that in all 5 of the frames. And then I take this tile from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to cut it up. And I take the 4 pieces and kind of tuck them on the glass, but I'm getting ahead of myself. So I am going to hot glue these 4 frames together. Oh, and I use super glue as well. And then I take these craft sticks, and I'm just reinforcing them on the back. Then I'm gonna flip it over, and I am going to glue this fifth frame on top of the 4 in the center. If that makes any sense, you know what I'm trying to do. You've seen this video. So I glue this right to the top of that, and then I'm going to take these pieces from the tile that I cut up and add them to the glass, one on each corner, and then I use the centerpiece of the tile on the center frame. And then once that's done, I'm just taking the elephant chalk paint and doing a dry brushing on it. I love this. This is one of my biggest videos that I've had so far. So let me know what you think of that one. Now I have these 4 frames that are shaped like a house, and I'm going to take everything out of there, and I have this film, the window film from the Dollar Tree. And I just covered all 4 of the pieces of glass with that, and then just hot glued it right into the frame itself. And then once they're all glued together, or all of the glass is glued into the frame, I should say, I'm going to hot glue all of the frames together. And then I take some of the popsicle sticks from Walmart and I make a little, like a base, like a bottom to this, what's going to be a lantern. And then I am using these like geometric, I think that's what they're called, beads from, they're from Woodpecker's Crafts. And I am going to take 4 of them and just hot glue them right to the bottom of this lantern to use as feet. And then I took one of those battery operated lights or candles and just put it right in the center with some boxwood, and I love this thing. I think it's so beautiful. You guys will have to let me know what you think of this one. Now I have this sign from Dollar Tree, and look at that. It had like a beach theme, and then it had the Valentine's Day. I'd never seen anything like that, but I was able to pull all of that paper off, and I gave it 2 coats of the Waverly White chalk paint. And then I took these words that I cut with my Cricut, and I'm just going to add it to this sign. And it just says, accept what is, let go of what was, have faith in what will be. I love this saying so much. In fact, I just made another one with this saying not too long ago. So anyway, I think this came out so cute. So I'm taking some of the elephant chalk paint and I am just going to do a dry brushing on this. Because I got all the paper off, I didn't need to add any craft paper on the back, so I just put a little hanger on it, and that's it. How cute is this? I really like this one. Let me know what you guys think of this. So now I have this sign from the Dollar Tree and some paper from one of those paper packs at Michael's. And I'm just going to measure. I want it to be the same length because I don't want to have to try to match up the paper. So I just mark it and then I'm going to take my little tiny table saw. Look at this thing. How cute is it? Wait till you see it. How adorable, right? And I'm just going to take the sign and cut it down. And then I'm just sanding down where I cut to make sure there's nothing that's gonna scratch me or anything. Then I take some of the Mod Podge and put a generous layer on and lay the paper right down on top of it. And then I'm gonna take that little finger sander and, just kind of sand off the edges, the excess paper. Then I got these stickers from the Dollar Tree and I'm just going to add them right to the top of the scrapbook paper. And once I got those all down, I'm just going to add some more craft paper to the back so that it looks more finished. Then I just add a little hanger to the back and that's it. This one was so simple, it was so cute. Let me know what you guys think of that one. And then I have this little glass, I believe it's a candle holder from the Dollar Tree. And then like the flat dish candle holder. And I'm taking some E6000 and going to glue this piece to the flat piece. You'll see in just a second. And then once I get that down, I let it sit for a while. And now I'm just taking some super glue and I'm going to use it on this twine to wrap it all the way around this piece of glass and then even up higher, and I just glue it to itself. You'll see in a second. It'll make sense, I promise. And there it is. And then I just took a little piece and added it to the top as like a little loop. And then I just take the twine and I'm going to make a circle around the front. I bet you guys can guess what I'm making here. So I make a circle with that twine, and then I am going to take some of the black paint, and I'm going to paint inside that circle. And now I'm going to take some of these little plastic bees. Again, they came from Amazon and they will be linked down below. And they're like a variety pack, so there's all different sizes. And I'm just kind of gluing them around the beehive. And then I took this really pretty sunflower ribbon from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to make a little bow to stick on the beehive. And then I have a little sunflower that I took off one of the picks from the Dollar Tree. And I'm just gonna glue it right to the top of the beehive. And then I just took a few little flowers off another pick and just added it to the bottom of the beehive. And that's it. How stinking cute is this? I absolutely love this thing. Let me know what you guys think. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a great big thumbs up for me. It really helps me out. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I hope that you'll consider sticking around and hit that subscribe button. And don't forget the bell so you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. And share with your family and friends. And I will see you next time.